1 o'clock, three-man front, the much-anticipated fourth final hour of the show. Landrum, Pat, Conrad, glad you're so with us. Talking college football with you. A lot of your text streaming in on the Jocks text line, 205-834-9450. Several of you weighing in on the phone lines as well. Same number there. We will continue with your text. But as the weather is stifling outside right now, I think 96, the feels like, is like you don't even want to know. It's just so hot. You can fry an egg outside and the parking lot where we are, the asphalt. But one thing is for sure, Pat, there's certain things we don't have control over. Weather, we don't have control. That's the big man upstairs. But we do have control over having peace of mind and just being proactive and making sure that our AC is functioning properly. And the thing that we're in a lot, especially this time of year.
Yeah, the garage in Pelham, that's the place where you need to go to get that AC checked now. AC service specials and coupons are on their website, so you can go there and you can check out all the great deals that they have on their AC service. But we've been telling you for a while about the garage in Pelham. It's a local company. This is not a franchise. This is not a national company. These people go to church with you. They see you in the grocery store. They know the problems and the issues that you might have living in central Alabama, like if your AC is on the fritz. So whether it's 30,000, 60,000, 90,000, 120, 150, 200,000, doesn't matter. You need to head to the garage in Pelham because they can take care of you and all your service needs.
Yeah, look at the ratings. 5 stars across the board when you go to the website at thegarageinpelham.com. The most recent, I love reading you. These are real customer reactions. Alexa from Pelham, she said, I've never had to take my car back twice. When they say your car is ready, it's ready. It's nice to drive off with peace of mind that your car is fixed. The staff is always kind and so friendly. Those kind of reviews, copy and paste, they all say the same thing. Why? Because they're consistent in how they treat people.
Yeah, not only the AC checkups that we were telling you about, but oil changes, brakes, alignments, tire rotations, and balancing. They do it all there. Convenient perks include after-hours drop-off, pickup, free local shuttle service, all of that at the garage in Pelham.
That is right. Thegarageinpelham.com. When you walk into that very friendly, clean lobby, tell Robert, Richie, their smiling faces that the guys, that mean Pat from Three Man Front, sent you. We appreciate those folks.
Absolutely. Tomorrow will be very interesting, Landrum, because we do have the first scrimmage for Alabama coming up tomorrow morning. That is a morning scrimmage. So one of our guests tomorrow, Rodney Orr, he'll be on the program, and we will discuss what he hears and maybe sees around campus tomorrow.
You know, I don't know if this is accurate because some of our listeners, they like to have fun. Some of it's tongue-in-cheek. Sometimes it's hard to interpret tone. So I don't think this was meant as a joke. We were talking about the University of Louisville and where's all that money coming from? With the basketball transfer portal class that they have signed, many believe it's the best in the country. Football, they've been able to add players there. But overall athletics, somebody said just posted, now we know where the Ville is getting funding from. And it's a graphic, and it's the former or the Papa John's founder, John Schnatter. Was it? Schnatter?
Yeah, sure.
I
thought it was Schnattner.
And it says, University of Louisville says it will formally reconcile with Papa John's founder, John whatever his name is.
I just love that the picture that's with it is one of the pictures from the apology video where it looked like he was sweating pizza grease the entire time.
How about that?
So we were talking
a lot
about
of money, though.
We were talking about the money, and I brought this up last hour when we played the cut in which Kane Womack was talking about Yancey Pierre. And so I know when this first came out, a lot of people quoted it, and I'm talking about the on-3 valuations for these players. According to On3, Darian Mensah, his NIL valuation, the quarterback at Miami, left Duke, went down South Florida, is $6.5 million. He is number one. Dante Moore, he is number two, the Oregon quarterback, at $5 million. Jeremiah Smith, the greatest wide receiver in the history of the college
football
game.
Player.
Oh, football player, not
Greatest
just wide
football
receiver.
Can
player.
we just go ahead and say greatest human athlete to ever walk the earth?
Yeah, that's better, Landrum.
Jim Thorpe.
Maybe just
Sorry.
the
Sorry, buddy.
greatest human.
Yes. Okay.
No,
Second. Sorry.
second.
He's listed at the third highest, right around $5 million. Trinidad Chambliss. And I think this, once again, take this with a grain of salt. we have been told by legitimate people that Trinidad is making $6 million.
As he should.
I would hope so.
He should be the highest paid
Yeah,
plug. He's not
yes.
Mensa, but yeah.
According to On3, it's $5 million.
But you understand it's 6.
Yes.
This is what he's actually getting paid.
Yes. Sam Levitt, $4.5 million. Damon Williams at Washington, $4 million. Jordan Seaton, now at LSU, $4 million. Josh Hoover at Indiana, $4 million.
Hoover.
Drew Mestamaker, $3.5 million. That's the quarterback at Oklahoma State.
God.
And remember when Bryce Underwood went to Michigan? Remember how everybody was just going crazy?
He was making like $4 million a year, or I thought that was his contract.
Well, he must have taken a pay cut because according to On3, he's at $3 million. All right, so that's your top 10. So the highest Alabama or Auburn player, according to On3, comes in at Byron Brown at 17th, highest in college football.
So like $2 million, $2.5 million,
$3 million.
$3 million. Okay.
What's interesting about that is that Cam Coleman is a couple spots ahead of him, and they've got him around the same amount of money.
Okay.
In the
$3
neighborhood.
million?
Yeah, in the neighborhood. Marcel Reed, about the same. Arch Manning, according to On3 and his valuation, is less than Byron Brown.
Yeah, he deferred his money to Cam Coleman. It would not surprise me if Arch was like, I don't know what the funds look like, but I'm comfortable. So if you guys need to make other moves,
I think it was after his freshman year, he like donated his NIL.
Yeah, and I know his
gave it
dad.
away.
His dad has said multiple times that the NIL obviously is not.
They don't need that.
No, they don't. So it's not that.
but I still want it.
I just don't want to see the Warby
Yeah.
Parker commercials anymore during the football season.
Well, and that's the thing with a lot of these guys, because I know like Jeremiah Smith, he said at media days that somebody offered him $10 million to transfer, and he said no.
That's awesome if he's donating his NIL.
Yeah, with Arch. Yeah, I know he did that at one point. But a lot of these guys are making more money than what this is going to see, because they got brand deals and stuff like
Right.
that. Like there probably are a couple guys that are making about $10 million this year because of NIL plus commercials and things like that.
All right, so I said that Byron Brown was the top player in the state of Alabama, according to On3, from their NIL valuation at $3 million. Coming in at number 23 is Keelon Russell at Alabama. They say $2 million is his valuation.
Okay.
The next Alabama player at number 49 is Ryan Coleman Williams. They've got him listed at $1.8 million.
Okay, well, he wasn't worth that last year, but fingers crossed for this year.
And then rounding out, because they do the top 100, coming in at 89 is Yonsei Pierre, who we discussed last hour, at $1 million.
So Xavier Atkins is not on that list.
He is not.
That is wild.
And if they're
Surely
paying
he's making
if
at
they're
least $1
paying
million.
sub $1 million, they got a heck of a deal.
That's that's the best deal in college football.
I'll be honest. I mean, for entertainment purposes, we just read you these valuations. I can't tell you how many people have torpedoed these numbers.
Yeah.
And listen, I do not give to Ole Miss. I know it's a joke on the show, but I know people that do, and they know how much money that Trinidad is making, and it's definitely above the $5 million that they are claiming. Just like I believe probably that Cam Coleman is making more,
It's probably making about 4, I would think.
than the $3 million that they've got listed. Let me ask you, do you think Keelon is around that number?
Well,
Where do you think Keelon is?
That's what I was going to bring up. So what did they have him at? 3 million
$2 million.
or 2 million? And I don't know this. This is my
Yeah,
estimation.
this is just your.
I think he's probably making, I would say, between $1.5 and $2 million, and Austin Mack is probably closer to $1 million.
So about $500,000 difference between the two.
Yeah.
Is that per year? Or is that their first
For this year.
2 year? Okay.
For this year. That's my guess. And then my
Do you
guess,
think the Ryan Coleman Williams is about right? $1.8 million.
I would have guessed 1.5. So yeah, that
Okay.
doesn't seem crazy. But my thought with Keelon and with Austin Mack is Keelon Russell's probably making a little bit more money because both of them are inexperienced. But Keelon Russell would command more money if they were both into the portal. I think we would all agree with that. I think their assumption is we'll pay him a little bit more money. You hope he wins the job. And then next year, you give him what you're paying Austin Mack this year as a raise to Keelon Russell, and that's what you pay to keep him in Tuscaloosa.
Because there's no way you're going to have both those guys next year.
No. Especially because Austin Mack would have 1 year of eligibility left. He's going to go somewhere he can play and
make a lot of money.
And try to go to the NFL. But yeah, that's how I've assumed that it works out. Is let's say Keelan's making $2 million, Austin Mack's 1.5, something like that, and then next year Keelan's making $3.5 million.
All right, so let's just play this out. What if either one of them, they have just an incredible season?
Yeah.
Whoever your starting quarterback is. I mean, just incredible numbers.
Yeah. They're not at Alabama next year.
Well, my next question was, would they be at Alabama? And two, how much would it cost Alabama to keep either one of those if they have that breakout
it's not
year?
a knock on Alabama. Based on what we've seen, I don't think Alabama, I don't think Auburn would be willing to pay what some of these other schools that are paying for a quarterback for 1 year of service.
Do you think Byron Brown is making $3 million at Auburn?
I think it's probably between 2 and 3.
Okay.
I think if Keelon Russell's as good as everyone thinks he is, somebody will pay him $6 million to be a quarterback next year.
And it won't be Alabama.
And Alabama would not pay that.
No, I agree.
And
I think it'd be Ohio State. I think you get Texas Tech, some of these schools, Miami.
So if Keelon Russell has an incredible year, mentioned for the Heisman, gets Alabama maybe to the SEC championship game, makes the college football playoff, that Alabama would not find the money to keep their quarterback?
I like to think that they would, but I do think there's people that would offer him more money than Alabama could ultimately. It's just like with Ty Simpson this year, right? Like you heard Miami offering him, what, $6 million? Tennessee was going to offer him $6 million.
Yeah.
I don't know if Alabama would have paid $6 million to keep him. But it's also because you felt really good about the guys that were behind him, and you could get that production for less money.
I was just thinking about Darian Mensah, his 6th game as a college quarterback I got to witness here in Birmingham. And now he's making $6.5 million to play a season. He was 12 of 15 that day for 134 yards.
He's a little bit better now, though. But yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, I think Trinidad should be the highest paid.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah.
But I do think probably the most
money.
valuable from branding wise is probably Arch.
Not to mention the fact that what's so interesting about this valuation by On3 is that I also believe in court documents during the Trinidad Chambliss case against the NCAA, I think that was all discoverable information in regards to how much he was going to get paid at Ole Miss.
That makes sense.
So it's not like some number that we just threw it up on the wall to see if it stuck. I mean, I think there is documented evidence in a court of law of what Ole Miss was going to pay him for him to come back, which was $6 million. So it's an interesting scenario. I know Rodney Orr talked about it on Tider Insider a couple of days ago. I know a lot of people were debating that on his message boards about, would Alabama pay $5 million for a quarterback? What if it's a homegrown quarterback?
I do think the interesting question with that is because we all assume, and I know we talked with Nick Kelly about it earlier in the week of, well, who do you want to win the job if you're Alabama? And you probably want it to be Keelon Russell because of what the ceiling is. But I think in this scenario that you're talking about, I think Austin Mack would be much more likely, let's say he has an exceptional year, to stay at Alabama for a little bit less money because of the loyalty he would have to the coaching staff because he's been with them for 4 years already. So that is another interesting caveat to, would you rather have 2 years of Austin Mack or 1 year of Keelon Russell if all things are talent-wise pretty close?
Which one gets me a championship?
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Lots of you weighing in. 205-834-9450 gets your text till Pat Ponders, and maybe a double dose of the worst thing that Conrad has seen. Yeah, that means you guys have been good. 3-man front, we continue.
I was just showing, I know we're about to do worst thing I've seen with Conrad. I like the baby blue version of what Tulane tried to do a couple years ago with their Mardi Gras edition. I think that's what they called it. But they've just released a green version of their Mardi Gras uniforms. I'm not a fan, but
a lot of people like that logo that's on their helmet. It's kind of the blob wave.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of it when it just stands alone on the helmet. I think the Mardi Gras theme helps this particular uniform, and I actually like it.
Okay.
But the block T Tulane is, or whatever that T is, that would be my favorite logo. That's the one I remember. That's the logo that they had when they would play Alabama back in the day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one I
And it looked like they had like the wavy, it looked like the Mississippi River or something underneath the T.
Yeah. It's not the cleanest logo.
Those are kind of fun.
Those are fun.
I don't love them, but they're, I agree with Pat. The baby blues are better, but they're fun.
Now, the only other thing that they could have done if they would have tackled twilled, like something that looks like beads
around, yeah,
into the neck of the uniform, that would be cool. All right, we see good, we see bad. Conrad has seen something bad, I think twice. This is the worst thing that Conrad's seen.
This is the worst thing I've seen.
Been in quarantine and I need to get out and party. Woo! What's better than beach and a few drinks and Jeeps? Man, it can't get better than that. Law enforcement's definitely made their visitability and made people chill out and not be as crazy. The cops are doing their job as long as they don't be mean to people who are actually being innocent.
All right, we're going to play a fun game here to start off the worst thing I've seen today, and y'all are going to get to participate. Arkansas or Austria?
Austria.
Austria.
All right, well, then we're going to start in Austria, and we'll go to Arkansas next. All right, so for the first story that we have today on the worst thing that I've seen, over in Austria, more than 200 gold statues of Austria's most famous former resident disappeared from the hometown of Mozart, which is Salzburg, according to officials yesterday. So it is, I guess this is his 270th birthday if he were still among us, obviously.
That'd be something.
That'd be quite impressive. That would
a lot of candles.
That'd be a record, or a modern record at least. But nonetheless, the Mozarteum Foundation, I don't know why it's not just the Mozart Foundation, but nonetheless.
I know a guy who's on the board.
Okay. So on July 15th, they unveiled 320 mini statues. They're less than 20 inches high. They're made out of gold, or they're colored gold, and they are statues of Mozart and his dog. They were designed by a German conceptual artist, and they put these out in his hometown of Salzburg to celebrate the event. Well, within 2 weeks, over 80 of the statues had been stolen. Now, according to officials yesterday, 210 of the 320 mini statues have been stolen. So they were going to be sold off after the celebration was over for roughly $114 a piece if you wanted to own one of these statues. But now, 210 of them have been stolen. The belief is that the people thought they were going to be worth a little bit more than they were being sold for. So, I mean, you're still making, that's about, what, 20 grand in statues if you do some quick math there. But I assume they were thinking that these were maybe made of gold, not just painted gold, and that they had really hit the jackpot here. But according to officials there in Austria, quote, "The worst thing for an artist is when his work dissolves." He said he did not believe the visitors stole the works, but rather that it was an organized theft by a larger group. So these mini Mozart statues were littered around the garden of the composer's former home, as well as his living quarters there in Salzburg. So the exhibition is expected to continue until August the 30th, so 18 days left, and only 110 of the statues remain. So we'll wait and see if they go back and finish the job and collect all of them. But I just thought that was wild. You've got...
Wow.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Masters Gnome, like how big of a craze you had around those earlier this year. Obviously, those were reselling for a little bit more, but
Here's some quirks
200
about
200 statues? Like, what do you do? Where do you keep those?
Mozart wrote many letters to his family and his cousin filled with jokes about feces, flatulence, and the backside. Yep. He was known for his toilet humor. He also owned a pet bird that learned to sing one of his piano concerto themes, but changed a note to a wrong sharp. Mozart found it so funny, he wrote a mockingly musical piece mimicking the bird's mistake. Then there's the sneeze motif. He once turned a friend's loud sneeze into an active musical motif just for a laugh. And then backward music. We all remember I guess you would say it would be folklore or urban legends about certain movies and playing something backwards. Backward music, just for fun and puzzle solving. He would occasionally write pieces that could be played completely backwards.
Oh, you mean how some people, you listen to some backwards, it has like hidden meaning in it?
Like the Beatles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on all those songs that were, manipulating children back in the day. So one more piece on this. So the artist who created these statues of Mozart that have been stolen, this is not the first time this has happened to him, apparently. He did an art installation in Germany where he made statues of Richard Wagner, who's another famous German composer. And all of those statues that he created a couple years ago were stolen within 10 days. So I don't know if somebody's just a really big fan of his statues or what, but this is the second time that he's done this type of deal for a famous composer, and all the statues have been stolen. So
If I ever get to Europe and am able to go to Austria, that is certainly something I would like to see, like where he was born and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I just thought that one was
good.
interesting.
Interesting.
Certainly a worst thing that I've seen. All right, this one's horrific though. This one's bad. This one's bad. And this is in Arkansas. So we're going a little closer to home here. I wonder if Ty heard about this story. So an Arkansas high school football player recently was at practice for over an hour with a venomous snake stuck inside of his helmet. Maumelle High School athletic director Kirk Horton said his staff was left stunned after one of their players brought his helmet in for inspection during the middle of practice, only for them to find a 2-foot-long cottonmouth inside of the helmet. According to the athletic director there, in a local interview he did with a radio station, he said, "It really was just shock and disbelief. I've got a better shot at winning the lottery than seeing this again in my tenure." So the venomous snake had found its way underneath the helmet's padding, so it was hidden from view until the student began noticing a strange feeling of something moving around in the headpiece during practice.
You got a cottonmouth on your head.
And in a video that was then posted to social media, you can see where they took the helmet and had to submerge it in a bucket of water in order to get the snake to come out from the padding, and then
That's a good idea.
they were able to remove it. But yeah, imagine that. Not only do you have
12
a
gauge
snake,
works too.
Yeah, not only do you have a snake in your helmet for an hour, but it's a cottonmouth. So that could have been really,
I know this was in
really
Arkansas.
bad.
Was this Jonesboro? Which I know that those are.
It was, I don't
you
know
have the rice
where.
fields
It's Maumelle High School. I don't know where. Let's see. I'm not familiar with that that area in Arkansas. It is. Oh, it's just Maumelle. That's the town.
Okay.
Whew. So yeah, that's pretty bad. I've never heard of something like that happening before. With no.
Well, and just by where the snake was positioned, up behind the padding, I'm just trying to imagine this, then I guess you're relatively safe if he's up there and you're wearing it on your
Yeah, he's not going to be
head.
able to get out and strike you necessarily.
Well,
but
No
I mean,
thanks.
at that point, you're just a source of warmth.
yeah.
There's nothing. So I guess he doesn't feel threatened if he's up there. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm just imagining though you take a big hit in practice
Exactly.
and that messes up, makes the snake angry, and then not only do you get your bell rung by your middle linebacker, and then you get bit by a cottonmouth at the same time.
Does that teach you to keep your head up when you tackle? If you're the coach, hey, you got that cottonmouth,
Yeah. Yeah, that's certainly freaky. I don't know about y'all, but like if I leave my shoes in the garage or something, not that I think there's a snake in there, but I'm shaking them out in case there's a spider.
You're
or something
thinking
like that.
recluse or something and that's smart.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what
But
my mind goes
a
to bad
2-foot
places.
cottonmouth in the top of your helmet.
I would never expect
Come
something
on.
like that. Yeah. So glad that he's okay and nothing bad happened of it. But yeah, that's freaky.
I will throw one other has doesn't even come close to the two that you just said, but I saw this last night. And I just saw another story pop up a moment ago. So all these NFL stadiums that had the World Cup,
Yeah.
they spent all that money, put grass in. Now they've had to rip all the grass out.
Some people selling it, some people in Canada returning it to the earth.
Right. But now the NFL teams are having to put turf back down.
Right.
And so the Patriots had put new turf down. The NFL came in and said, this turf does not meet our qualifications. So they had to take the new AstroTurf that they installed.
Rip it
and
up.
as of yesterday afternoon, they were still putting it. I think they play tomorrow night in
for
Foxborough
their first preseason
for their
game.
first
Yeah.
preseason game. And they had to rip it all up.
Congratulations to the University of Boston Terrier soccer program.
Yes,
you just
it's
got a
getting some
new
new
practice
turf.
field.
And I just saw where Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is getting brand new AstroTurf, which there have been some complaints about the old AstroTurf.
I really hope that it just looks better on TV. I don't like that sheen, that shine that stadium lights can make.
Does it look improved to you?
Yes. From that angle, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll never forget. I covered the very first college football game in that stadium. Florida State played Alabama. And I'll never forget being down on the field prior to the game and, the amount of sand and pellets that they had on the field was something that I had never experienced before because I was used to the old Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
Which was basically like playing in here.
That's
just
carpet.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, brand new turf. Hopefully New England will get their turf down before tomorrow night. So
And Bobby Kraft, he's got it, right?
yeah, sure thing.
You still don't like doing it twice and stroking that extra check. You
No.
turn that into charity is what you did.
Just interesting. The NFL came in and said, that does not meet our qualifications on AstroTurf. So we'll do some Pat Ponders next on Three Man Front. Damian Mitchell joins us in studio for this very special edition of Pat Ponders. Damian, you coming tonight to the big shindig?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Just
Absolutely.
making sure you're
Enjoying the
prepared.
new movie, by the way. I just caught it the other night, 72 Hours. That's fun. You were great in it, as always.
Oh, you're talking about Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought that was the one where the guy got stuck under the rock and had to cut his arm off.
So let me guess. Your favorite part was when his face swelled up on the beach,
Yeah.
and he had to take the BB Pat Ponders
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah. We'll tell you in the break.
Do you-
Okay.
Do you
It's
remember
really
the
good.
movie Pure Luck with Martin Short
Absolutely.
and Danny Glover
Absolutely.
when Martin Short gets stung by the bee?
Yep. Yeah.
This
We'll
was
t-
the
we'll tell
this
you
was
in
the
the break.
black version of that.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll tell you
Okay.
that.
I have to dive
It's
into
like a
the tape.
Netflix movie or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
72 Hours.
Yep. Yep. All right, let's do this. I got questions. They'll give me answers. This is Pat Ponders.
I wanna know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, question number one. On this date back in 1994, very sad day. Very sad day. Major League Baseball players went on strike, eventually leading to the cancellation of the World Series. On that day, the Braves, Expos, Reds, Dodgers, Yankees, Rangers, and White Sox and Indians all were holding playoff spots. So your Reds,
Yeah, it's been a while.
the Expos, would have all made the playoffs.
Wow.
That was the
If we had
Reds
had a
back when
season.
they had Dibble and those cats, right?
Eric Davis.
Sabo.
yeah,
Would he have been on that team?
good team.
Go ahead.
So there's a lot of thoughts that come December when the collective bargaining agreement will end, that baseball will go on strike. They'll have about 2 months to figure something out before spring training starts. But I'm asking you, if you had to place the over-under on the number of games that we will lose in 2027 due to this lockout, how many games are you setting on the over-under?
How many will lose?
Lose.
I think we lose 100 games.
Hey,
See, I was going to go 101 and a half because I think they will play 60 games if they play.
Okay.
Man.
That's what they played in COVID.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
The
That's
COVID
what I
year they
like to
played
hear.
60.
Yeah.
Yep.
man.
What do you
I
think?
wasn't gonna
Dave?
think of- I wasn't
Are
thinking
you
100.
more positive?
Yeah, I think they'll realize, like, especially if we get into the months of May, June, like we've got to have something. I mean, baseball, once they kind of put their feet in the ground, it's kind of stuck. I'll say 75.
Okay.
And that Reds team, Chris Hammond, Dibble was on that team, Norm Charlton, Jose Rio.
The Nasty Boys.
Oh, they were so good.
Yep.
I
Nasty
liked the
Boys.
Cincinnati uniform back then.
Still had the old school.
Yeah. I think
the
that
big
the
red
new stuff,
machine
I don't like
from
the
the
new
70s.
stuff. Like the
You don't
stuff
like the
from the
City Connect?
70s, I really like it.
Yeah.
You don't like our
this-
you don't like our City Connects, the All Blacks.
Well,
No,
you know
not-
why he doesn't like the All Blacks.
Why?
Just
I
because you don't
just-
like black uniforms.
Well,
Yeah.
What did you think?
Vanderbilt.
Too hot for the
well,
players.
Well, Vanderbilt, it looks good.
Oh,
Baseball.
okay.
Okay.
Black with gold, black with Vegas gold. You can't get that wrong. You can't. You can't screw it up.
Same with black and red.
It's okay in the South.
I liked
is what he's
I
telling
liked
you.
just having the red and the white with the Reds uniform, the old school red and
Yes.
white. I thought that was a really clean look.
With the V-neck.
Yes, with the V-neck,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
playing it on literally thinner than carpet turf.
Yes.
So you like the white more than the black?
And have Marge Schott's dog running around taking craps in
Shotzi.
the outfield.
Shotzi.
Those are the times.
Those were the times.
She would make front office people pick up Shotzi's business in the
Wow.
outfield before the game. Because she'd let Shotzi run around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That made me mad.
One of the cheapest organizations in the history. Like, seriously, a lot of people believe that Major League
Was based on.
was based on
the Cincinnati Reds.
I got you.
the Cincinnati Reds. All right, question number 2.
She was heartless at times.
Yeah, she got in trouble about an infamous statement about a World War II.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it. She said Hitler was good in the beginning.
Wow.
And he
Yeah,
had
that
some-
was her statement.
And she also said
For those
had-
of you who
had some
never
good
heard it.
had some good ideas.
Oh yeah, and had some really good ideas. But then
It's
the most
second time he's
heartless,
brought up in 2 days, Damian.
the most heartless thing that woman ever did was on opening day when umpire John McSherry died behind the plate, and she said it was unfair to their opening day.
Well, you also had a situation where Eric Davis had dove after a ball. I think it was in the World Series against the A's, and he lacerated one of his kidneys when he fell. And I think the team did not fly him back home. Like he had to do stuff on his own. Yeah. There was all sorts
Dark
of
times.
See, I'm educating you. We're educating you, young man.
So, and you're all about the
So
Reds.
you're all about those City Connect uniforms. Let me give you a little history of your storied franchise.
Man, like we gotta clean up some things. Maybe a strike is needed.
Shut it down.
Need a purge.
Man, woo. Gets a little dark up there.
All right, question number 2. If you had to bet on one preseason top SEC team to underachieve this season, who would it be and why?
Okay, can we set parameters on what I'm being serious, just to make it easier for us? Who are we
Yes.
considering the top SEC teams in our opinion? Texas, Georgia, and then who else?
Like, are we going top 6, top? Do we just want to take the top 7 because we kind of agree those are all the playoff contenders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, and then the top.
Yeah.
Because of history, I want to go, but I don't want to disrespect him because I do respect him as a coach, Mike Elko. Texas A&M, I lean that way just because, what are the chances they do it two seasons in a row? I feel myself saying the same thing about Oklahoma, though I think that they're going to be better maybe on both sides. That schedule's still brutal.
I'm Oklahoma. This schedule's really tough. They could, you could go 8-4, 9-3, still have a decent year, and you could even say some ways they look better than they did last year offensively. But the schedule's so tough.
Yeah.
I go Oklahoma.
I go LSU, just because we've seen Lane Kiffin have good to great teams and still find ways to blow it. I don't think he's ever really escaped it. So I think LSU, for the expectations that they have and all the money that they've put into that roster and getting them there, they have the biggest target on their back, and they could fall on their face.
All right. Next question. In soccer, if a player flops or dives, he's accused of embellishment, and he will receive a yellow card. In the Canadian Football League, the term embellishment, twice in a game, you're ejected from the game. So if you act like somebody hits you or you're faking an injury, something like that, they can call it embellishment. So if you're caught twice doing it, there was a Canadian Football League player this weekend that got ejected
for embellishment.
For embellishment.
I don't know how they determine that.
So the question is,
I like it.
Should college football adopt a similar policy on faking injuries?
It goes back to what I was just saying. How are we judging intent? I would have to see the example from the Canadian Football League. Yeah. Was it just blatant?
It basically was let's just say, we just got through watching the World Cup. Like every little thing was exaggerated. It was a lineman that acted like he had gotten blocked in the back, and he had, went flailing and just really exaggerated
doing
the situation.
The Nestea fall.
Yes.
I had a basketball referee one time was trying to draw a charge in a game, and he's like, "Hey, knock off the Nestea commercial fall into the pool of water. Like, come on. That guy is not running you over every time." So I get it. Look, I don't have a problem with it. I just think I'm going to have a problem with it if, like, some of these if it's not applied correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'd probably just not want to deal with that.
I don't know if I trust our officials enough.
I feel like it would come back.
I know there's a lot of really good ones out there.
There would be more negative blowback from it than positive.
Yeah.
Just because it's so hard to. It's a gut thing.
Yeah.
And I do feel like we've curtailed it a little bit just because we have threatened so many different things, and so many coaches have been outspoken about and cited examples in games.
Right.
Where now you don't get it as much.
Like the Kirby Smart clap or timeout situation against Auburn. Like, that's kind of everybody in America saw, that was definitely a timeout. And he's like, no, I was clapping this.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. We all see this.
Right.
We just got multiple texts on LeBron.
He's 40-something years old. Like, give it a break.
It's just funny anytime you mention flopping, everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, LeBron.
Stop fouling. That's all I got to tell you. Stop fouling him.
All right, final question today. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan said at a recent press conference that he thought his Tesla was on autopilot when he took his eyes off the road and crossed into incoming traffic. Now, he caused the crash that left 49ers coach with a broken bones in his face and a concussion. So the question is, what's the most dangerous thing we've become too comfortable letting technology do for us?
Oh, it's driving 100%. The whole point of being behind the wheel is like too focused. Like that's one thing. Like I understand like the parking side of it, but again, if it fails, you're stuck in the middle of the road and there's nothing you can do about it. Like we've allowed that to completely take over.
That's a good one.
I'm trying to think of other dangerous things that technology. I mean, I guess like
I don't like having a watch tell me when I need to stand up. Or that
does it make you feel bad? It makes you feel bad.
Or it tells you to breathe.
It has no idea the amount of exercise I did before I put it on. As you see, I'm not wearing it. No, me and Apple Watch, we're kind of going through some stuff right now.
See, I was going more the AI route, just like how much we blindly trust
AI is,
which
is scary.
There's positives to it, and it can be useful, and sometimes it's accurate. But I think we just blindly, we just trust too many things now without doing our own research, and you can just have really bad information on certain people or topics.
How about this? And this is kind of going deep, but the terms and conditions that you have to agree to before you go to whether it's anything. Now,
never read
and
them.
Scroll down, you never read it, and we just automatically just click to
Agree and
continue.
I get mad when it makes me scroll to the bottom before I can continue.
Right,
just
give me
let
the
me, I'm
tab.
not going to read it. I'm not going to read that.
Give me the box.
What happens when we click on that agreement and it comes back to bite us?
Then you know what? I'll say that's on me. That's on me.
When they ask me, did you read your terms and
You just signed over everything that you own to us.
You got me on that one. Good job. Good for y'all.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is today's Pat Ponders on Three Man Front.
Now, sad to report that they're still in a weather delay. Apparently, Missouri still leading Iowa, that baseball powerhouse. Oh, well, Field of Dreams, we get that game, right? Is that tomorrow? Tonight? Oh, never mind. Watch it on demand. Three Man Front, we continue. Three-man front. Those of you that are going to be joining us tonight for our Jocks kickoff party, excited for that. Out at Regions, myself, Damian, Conrad, Pat, the gang is going to be there, and it's always so much fun to not only connect to either callers or listeners, their names with their faces, but learning so much about each and every one of you. I know Tim, our buddy, that he comes down and he won tickets again this year up from the Moulton area and around there, and getting to know these folks and then getting to kind of reconnect and catch up on what's been going on in their lives, and not just the sports world. It's fun.
No, 100%. I mean, this time we don't have to worry about weather like we did last year. We're already going to be in the ballroom. We're going to be taken care of, air conditioned. Like, nobody's going to be out there drenched in sweat. But it's always a fun time. It's just kick back, talk ball, talk life, and just have a great time.
Yeah. We should have a whole lot of fun tomorrow. Of course, we've got scrimmages that are coming up, Tuscaloosa and Auburn. Rodney Orr from Tuscaloosa probably going to give us the latest. He always does, and great wealth of information. You probably have not heard to this point. Rob Pate talking Auburn and so much more. But we appreciate all of you joining us here today. Going back to the Pat Ponders question about technology that we trust too much that could be really, really dangerous. Laser vasectomy came in on the text line.
Yep, shouldn't be a thing, probably.
No, it shouldn't.
Okay, do you want...
Yes, I would rather have a man down there doing that than a laser.
Would you rather have the man that is a heavy Scotch drinker that just tied one on last night, and he's got a little case of the shakes?
I don't
knock me out.
This doctor, by the way,
yeah, exactly. Give me the anesthesia.
This doctor's 82, and they've been trying to get him to retire for years. It's obvious he's got a drinking problem. Are you letting him operate?
Oh, is the vasectomy not where they cut it off?
That's castration.
Not in this state.